Congratulations! You have found WrestleShoot, hosted by the Wild Thing Rob Wilds and the Ladies Man Chris Casanova. Combined, we have 40 years of wrestling experience, and we're here to share those experiences, stories, and knowledge with you over the podcast.
God damn it. Anyway, as I was saying, Chris, do you remember the first time that music came on and we hit that ring and this unreal reaction that we got from it? It was kind of the birth of a new thing, wasn't it?
Man, it was exhilarating.
Yeah, who doesn't love Motorhead? Now, let me see if we're even on the goddamn air. Hang on a second.
It says we're live.
Yeah, I know, but we're not displaying over on the Facebook page. Oh, there we are. Good deal. Okay, so here we are back with another exciting, wonderful episode of WrestleShoot. Sorry that we were gone for so long. You know, I live in Florida now, and hurricanes happen all the goddamn time.
I was worried about that, man.
So we thought we would just go ahead and come on back in strong, and let's see what's going on. So let's bring over one of our new favorite people in the world that we have on this show, Monty from Monty and the Pharaoh Show. Now we are waiting for Pharaoh to get back. He was just here and we lost him.
Well, he said he was going to connect. And guys, thanks for bringing me on, man. You know, I love the show. Sorry it took a little while. There he is. The magical. By the way, Pharaoh's moving to Florida in a couple of weeks. He has decided that he is leaving New York. What do you think of that? You're going to have a neighbor soon.
Oh, wow. Yeah? Where are you moving?
Let's see if we can hear you.
We can't hear you, sweetheart.
Wait.
There you go.
Now we can.
Okay, so listen.
Anyway.
We got one more of your homeboys who stopped by to join us tonight because we're going to do some fun shit tonight, man.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time. As we have made painfully obvious on this very program, nobody picks on my little sweeties, Monty and Pharaoh, without taking some rap. Ron Shaw, you already tasted my balls. Go fuck yourself. Let's bring on your pal. What's up, my man?
What's going on, everybody?
Welcome to WrestleShoot, baby.
How's it going, guys? Great to be on. What's going on?
Oh, you know, real quick, Pharaoh, are you working with us? Can you hear us?
Frozen.
We can hear you, and that's all that matters. Where are you moving to in Florida?
Panama City Beach.
Oh, what's making you pick there?
A lovely lady
right there on the front. Oh, all right. And
do you guys recognize that name, Karen McDaniel?
Any relation to Mr. Wahoo?
That would be his former wife. That is correct. Not only do we make connections with wrestlers, we have love stories that take place. So Pharaoh has made a love connection with Miss Karen McDaniel. So Pharaoh, there he's gone. Pharaoh's joining the McDaniel family.
Oh,
damn.
How you like that? Hey, like them apples.
Awesome.
Applesauce, bitch. Applesauce.
Happy for Jimmy.
Hold on, guys. I got to bounce out 1 second, please.
Son of a bitch.
And now it's down to 3.
All right. So say your name for me. ESO?
It's ESO. I'm Bruce. I run a show on the Monty and the Pharaoh Network. I've been working with those guys for a couple of years. I do a little bit of production stuff, things behind the scenes. So when Mike had some health issues last year, I came on and I was hosting with Jimmy. So I got to know them really well. And hey, now I get to come on with you guys. So great to be here. Looks like we got Pharaoh and Mike back in the house.
Nice.
That's right.
And we're ready to go. No more interference.
All these celebrities, I'm glad I
I don't know.
up.
It's
Pharaoh, if this is going to be the connection you're going to have in Florida, our show ain't going to work, brother.
yeah, no kidding.
I was going to say, how come every time he comes
That
on here, he can't do it?
was in this show.
Right.
You guys even hear me right now? I feel like I'm to start with, but
I'm trying to hang on to every word here, but it's hard.
Yeah. Okay. Look,
So-
let's
ahead.
get right down to the getting down of the fun shit.
Okay.
We don't like it, right, Chris? When people pick on our sweeties.
No. Fuck no.
It always makes us want to kind of open these and let us start getting away with us.
And whatever gets said, gets said. No
Well,
problem.
all I can say is
Who's
I'm going to
picking on
ask you for protection. So, in the world of this podcasting, whatever you want to call it, you have your lovers and you have your haters, but then sometimes haters take it too far and they affect your business, right?
Yeah.
So, I tried to handle it the Monty Nefaro way, and clearly it didn't work. So I had to turn it over, in the mob, right? Sometimes you have to turn it over to the sergeants, right? The guys that are capable of getting the job done, where clearly me and Farrow were not capable. So who do we call? We call Rob Wild and Chris Casanova to take care of business. So I'm going to put my mic on mute and I'm going to listen to see what WrestleShoot's going to do to one of the Monty Nefaro haters.
Yeah, let's give this gentleman a call and hopefully he'll pick up the phone and perhaps we can open some intelligent, honest dialogue.
No,
Probably
I
fucking
heard he has
not.
the same
'Cause
name as you.
Watching. You didn't want to disturb him or anything.
That's all I want to do is disturb him.
Yeah.
I want him to go to bed for the rest of the year, questioning his life choices.
That's a win.
Well, let's do it. Let's make him question his let's make him question his entire life.
There you go.
Piece of garbage.
Is his name Rob too?
His name is Rob as well.
Oh shit.
His name is Rob.
All right, Pharaoh,
Rob
we're
B.
giving your best buddy a call, so shh. Let's do some shock jockery. Shock jockery. Monty. Oh, no. There it is. Hey, should we do like a wacky DJ voice?
That would
Tell
be
me-
hilarious.
Tell me
Yeah.
one something.
Oh.
You went at all
Contest?
expenses. You went at all expenses paid trip to Long Island to appear on the Monty and Pharaoh show.
That would be great. Is he picking up?
I don't hear anything.
Only thing I
You're a
hear is that
car.
Farrow needs to put his seatbelt on.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm doing anything I can to get better reception. If I got to fucking drive to Venus, I will.
We kind of
Now
got
that's
good reception
dedication,
now. I would
goddammit.
stop right there. Stop right there.
Yeah,
Don't
Venus,
move.
you're driving a long way for nothing. He blew it already.
Yeah, I get a seatbelt. That's it.
That's your seatbelt then.
Now, are we supposed to be hearing anything ringing? Worst producer ever. Hold tight, guys. If this works, this is going to be a whole lot of fun.
In the meantime, hey Chris, you catch the new Marty Jannetty podcast?
What about the Marginate podcast?
Have you seen the new Marty Jannetty podcast?
No, I haven't. Is it good or is it the shits?
What do you think there, ESO? You want to answer that question?
I don't want to offend Marty, but really Marty's fine, but in some ways it comes across really dry. He's not led anywhere. I really feel that his co-host there really wants to be a co-star, not a co-host. Where in my opinion, it really needs to be, asking Marty questions, bringing stuff out of Marty. The co-host wants to be a co-star and it promotes himself just as much as Marty. And I kind of feel he doesn't really have the reason. He's not a wrestler. He's not anything. I think he kind of overshadows it a little bit. And I don't think they're asking the right questions. Same thing with the first episode.
Is that Party with Marty show or is that something else?
It's called, it's a Party with Marty, but it's on his own channel on YouTube, and he has a guy with him. And it just seems like a lot of promotion for Savage Productions, and I'd rather it be more about Marty. I think they'd get more views. I have to say I've been monitoring, and honestly, that last show is not getting the views like that first one. What'd you think, Mike? I know we've had this conversation earlier.
We got a disgusting amount. This is back when WrestleShoot was just audio. We had Marty on, and I swear I forgot we had to make it a 2.5-parter because old boy wouldn't shut up. He was having so much fun.
Yeah, Marty's awesome like that.
Yeah, he just rambles, man, but it's exciting. It's just like,
well, the problem was he was rambling out our dirt, the trouble we used to get into him with. Yo, Marty, kayfabe.
Yeah, Marty, cut it off.
Holy shit balls, Batman. How are we looking there, Monty? Is this thing gonna work?
I don't know. It's not working on my end unless I do something else. Hold on. Let me try something here.
Am I back, or who the hell knows at this point?
Hey, there he is.
Hey,
Perfect.
loud and
Yeah,
clear,
well,
sweetie.
maybe I'm here. I'm really not sure, but I think I'm here.
And
How
you
about
wonder
Mike?
why I
Is
called you
Mike,
Pariah.
Out there?
The hell he said?
Yep. Yeah, he's just trying to mess with something.
Okay.
So
So
And
did
he
we get through the
wonders
phone
why I call him
wherever?
not yet. That's what we're working on.
Great. Call him back, put it on speaker, and put your microphone right up to whatever you got to do. All right, Chris. Wacky Morning Zoo.
Yeah.
Good one to start with.
Yeah.
Just give us a signal when we need to start talking, Monty.
Please check the number and dial again.
Oh.
We disconnect this number and he sends trouble coming or something?
Can you hear it ringing?
Heard one ring.
Hold on. I tried to block it, but it wouldn't go through. Hi, you're on WrestleShoot with Rob Wild and Chris Carzona. How are you? Yeah, you're on WrestleShoot with host Rob Wild and Chris Casanova. How are you, sir? You're live on the air.
Yeah. Hello there, sir. This is Rob Wild, joined, of course, by my co-host, Chris Casanova from the wildly popular WrestleShoot. How are you, sir?
He just hung up. He hung
Call
up.
him right back so we can leave a voicemail.
All right, hold on. I don't know if he can hear you, though. That's the problem. Let's try it again. Hold on.
Just put it right up there to your speaker.
I thought we got
I gotta take my headset off. So hold on. Let me think about this. Yeah. Let's try it again.
I wonder if he recognized your voice.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up.
He's got it blocked.
All right.
That
What's
is not
that
set
number?
up. What's that?
What's that number?
It is 828
828.
52. Check your messages. I don't know if I should give it over the air. You could get in trouble.
I'll give it over the air.
That wouldn't be too smart. Handing out people's phone numbers.
All right, guys. Look, if you support WrestleShoot, the 80 social network, if you support what Monty and the Pariah are doing, God damn it, he's off screen again.
He's back.
He's back.
He's back.
I called you pariah again. Go ahead and give this jerk off Rob a call for us at 828-525-0637 and let him know that we genuinely want to have a live on-air, meaningful, productive conversation.
that would be great.
Piece of trash. And if you guys want to send him a letter, I have his address here too.
That's what I'm talking about.
That might be a little much. That might get us sued. But definitely call that little prick. So, Monty, tell us about who this little weasel fuck is.
Yeah, give him a breakdown.
Listen, when you guys are in this biz now, right? Do you guys just do it on your, like, here's the question. Is it for yourself or do you compete with others? Which one is it?
We compete with ourselves for sure.
Yeah.
Do you compete with others? Do you watch others and you want to see their failures, or like, what's the deal there?
You enjoy both your friends and your enemies' successes.
Repeat that one more time, Mr. Wild.
You have to enjoy
Your enemies?
both your friends and your enemies' successes.
So,
Why your
Well put.
Because your enemies are charging up the same hill that you are. So where they are succeeding, maybe somewhere that you tripped.
I thought you're both going up the hill and he's your enemy. You throw his ass down, watch him tumble.
No, you get to the top of the hill first and you kick him in his fucking face.
Mean? Is it just mean or something? Mike, we would throw them down the hill, wouldn't we?
well, Rob said get to the hill, get to the top first.
When you're
then
up
kick 'em down.
top first.
Oh, I see. Well, to get to the top, I would tend to think just like a battle royal, you got to toss a few.
It happened.
I think.
Well, so here's the deal. So when you're doing well and people don't like you doing well, they attack, right? And it's all fair in love and war. We've just this is life. And some people got us. They got us, and they got our channel shut down, and they finished us, and we bounced back, and we tried to protect falling into that same thing again. But they're coming back now as we're starting to grow again. They're coming back now. So we got to retaliate. We got to retaliate hard to the point that we maybe have someone just, I don't know, drive off a cliff, fall down that hill in real life. I don't know.
Maybe trip and fall and accidentally slice both of their wrists wide open and die. Is that too much?
That is not too much. It is not too much. I mean, what is the ultimate?
It's okay.
Wait, listen, they're going after people's. They go after people's livelihood. Fuck them.
Well, what is the ultimate goal of WrestleShoot? What are your guys' ultimate goal here? Is this a shits and giggles thing, or is this a real business type of thing? Seems to me you guys are running a real business.
WrestleShoot is one of the anchor shows of the Antisocial Network. So we like to lead by example, meaning we don't come on here, we don't take our shit too seriously. We don't act like we're really better than anybody. And if we got a fuck you to give to somebody, we're going to give it to them. On the other side of that coin, what we're doing is setting precedents for everybody else in the network to follow our lead. Over here at the Antisocial Network, we completely support the right of artistic freedom and no censorship.
Yep.
So WrestleShoot, when we picked WrestleShoot back up, it was really for us just to have some fun with it and pay homage to Michael Porter. But after a couple of years, now we're white knuckles. We're in all the way. So if somebody did come along with the intent to do WrestleShoot harm, what do you think, Chris? What will we do?
And fuck them up, man.
Fuck them up.
Yeah.
So that's the idea behind the Monty DeFaro network, right? I want to call it a network, right? Is the first time around we were trying to grow this channel that had 24-hour streaming, and what some of the guys did to us and attacked us kind of ruined us and knocked us off our game. We're kind of doing that same thing again. You can see Bruce is on board. Bruce has something called the After Show. It's right after Monty DeFaro on Thursday nights. It's a totally different type of show. Bruce, you want to share with everybody out there what your show is about?
Well, first thing we do discuss the Monty and the Pharaoh show, some of the things that we didn't like coming from the show, but then we get into some history of wrestling. We take a stroll down memory road every week, and we go over a wrestle magazine from the past. Right now, we've been focusing on a lot of the WWF magazines from the late 80s, but we have stuff from PW Insider, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, all kinds, the WWE magazines when they started coming out. So we have a lot of historical stuff that we go through and kind of revisit some of those cool, campy storylines from years ago. Some of the upcoming stuff we have coming up, we're going to go through some wrestling video games of the past, starting with the Nintendo Entertainment System, and go over the history of them, where they came from, how they're still relevant today, the replay value, stuff like that. So that should be pretty fun. That's coming up on the Monty and the Pharaoh Twitch channel.
Nice.
And what's up, Facebook user? I wish we could see your name, but we're glad to hear from you.
I like her lips. They're nice.
Yeah, but it's what is it? Are you sure it's even a her?
I am not sure.
It could be 50-50 shot.
No idea.
Awfully
No
presumptuous of you.
But I got to tell you guys, I was impressed at the fact that you guys were in wrestling, before you did this. I don't know how you did it. Do it, dude. This thing is getting worse and worse. More people are getting involved in it. Everybody's working each other. It's insanity at its best. I don't know how you do it, man. Explain yourselves, because I don't get it. I can't. Yeah. It's almost a point I'm like, I'm done,
Well, there are a few rival people in this business who have tried to do us harm, and we fuck them up. That's just it. Like, if you're one of us, if you're in our circle, we are fiercely loyal and protective. And as soon as you come out to try to hurt us, we're going to put your dick in the dirt. And there's plenty of people who have seen that. So I guess the key is just to be more vicious than the next guy.
Yeah, but what is it about wrestling that people are like this, man? It doesn't seem like this. Look, the business world is ruthless. I get it. But it's not like this. It's a bunch of frauds and fakes. And I don't even know where to go with this shit anymore.
What do you think, Chris?
Well, I think it's like some people live in a fantasy world. I believe they think a lot of times they think they're more than they are, and it's just like, wrestling's a gimmick, wrestling's a work, man. We all know that, and sometimes they think they're a little bit more than they are, and so I think they forget sometimes who they really are, and sometimes they give you put in check.
It was just like that Ron Shaw bullshit. Like, that was all gimmick, and that was all fun. We were having fun. You were having fun. Sorry ass Ron Shaw was having fun with those horrible shoot videos. I mean, for Christ's sakes, aren't you trying to ride this gimmick at all? You just completely blew your own shit out the water.
Come on, you didn't enjoy that country club skit?
Dude,
like Golfland or whatever it was called, or
right, dude. But he tells the drunk guy, like, "Who the hell you drunk?"
Yeah, I'm gonna cut the most cliche, stereotypical sounding '80s terrible promo I can on you. I'm gonna tell you to shut up and get out of here.
You know what, though, Rob? I will tell you this: Ron Shaw is like one of the good guys, though. He's not like one of the clowns that we're talking about. So I get what you're saying, how campy it is, but I mean, this guy's like one of the good guys. Like, at this point, I've met so many of them and talked to a lot of them on a regular basis, and they're always working. I don't get it.
Everything's a work, though, and anybody who tries to tell you otherwise is working you.
Yeah.
What do you mean everything's a work? What, in life? Life is a work?
To a point. You're always, at any situation, you're trying to get something out of it, whether it be a friendship, whether it be monetary, physical, emotional. There's always something you're working them for. I absolutely agree. Everything's a work to a point.
So what are you saying? There's no general morality in life?
No, not at all. But it's not that. But there's everything you do in life, there's a benefit to one or another. It's emotional support. Is it physical support? It's always something. It's just human nature in general. I don't think it's a bad or good. It's nothing against morals or anything like that. It's just every interaction there's something that's gotten out of it, whether it just be a conversation.
There's a work somewhere there.
And and it's not exclusive to the wrestling business. Entertainment as a whole is shady as shit. I've been in entertainment, my entire life. And if you're playing in a band, if you're, working on a film, if you're working in a ring, there's always some shitbag out there who hates you because you're better at what he does than him.
Yeah, but that's different though, right? That's like someone
It's
wants
not
to be
different
better
at
than
all.
you.
Look, do you think there's any reason that Leatherfat fucking should have picked a fight with us because we decided to move on to greener pastures, knowing he wasn't going to win? No, his ego was completely destroyed. So he tried to roll up to us with a fight until we again put our balls in his fucking mouth.
I don't know, man.
Hey guys, can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me now or no? All right. I don't know. I'm sorry about this shit ass connection, but while I got a chance to say something, let me try. Now, you guys try to call this shit bag from whatever state he's in, right? But he didn't pick up, correct?
Right. No, he picked up at first.
Oh, okay. This is like you guys are talking about, people having an issue with, somebody being successful at what they do. Mm-hmm. Look, we're a wrestling show, okay? We're not giving you political advice. But we're more that covers some other topics, but at the same time, someone being so obsessed that they disagree so much with my opinion that when my partner was going for heart surgery, this asshole wrote in karma. What kind of obsessed asshole are you that you have to write the word karma because you don't agree with our wrestling show? You sick fuck.
Is this guy actually competition to you guys, or is he just a mark?
No, he's a piece of shit.
Once again, it's like kicking down. This guy.
It's just one of the guys that watched the shows. And in actuality, what triggered him, we had a call, Ask Monty and the Pharaoh anything. We came up, they were like, hey, let's do video calling, not phone calls.
Right.
So it worked out pretty well. He was one of them. We sent him a T-shirt. And then I think we did a bit on Hannibal. And he lost his shit. And he lost his shit over it. And it's like,
and then they'll will over your heart procedure because after all, Hannibal is enough to get that fucking crazy over. Psycho boy, you're a fucking psycho boy. Okay.
Well, when you say that you did a bit on Hannibal, you making fun of Hannibal, or you did a bit with him?
No, making
fun of him.
Yeah. Good.
Well, hold on. I'm
he's
live on the air. This is Hannibal impression. He's boring. I think that was the real gist of it. We had the nerve to call Hannibal boring.
He's obviously a Hannibal fan. That's why he's getting on you guys.
But again, again, to me, it's like, but that's not even that. To tell the truth, that guy doesn't even bother me. What bothers me is that these people in wrestling, you have your first group that wrestling's all theirs, right? They're the older group that they can't believe that Rob Wild and Chris Casanova even got in the business. How did it even happen? I've been around. You're destroying my business, right? And then there's the other group that will just rape, pillage, and whatever.
Carney.
You could have $2 in your pocket, and they'll try to work you out of your $2. I mean, it's lunacy. Listen, we're going to talk about this Thursday, right? But we had Terry Runnels on, right? Now, when we first, Jimmy, got into it, we had New Jack on, and the big joke was about New Jack with Terry Runnels at the time, I think. Right, Jimmy? He might be frozen.
This dick!
Yeah, right, exactly. So Reynolds was in Thursday, and I found her to be very cool, right? Very nice lady. Has her issues just like you do, I do, everybody, right? But, then I'm like someone wrote me and said, "Hey, man, you should really watch these New Jack videos of just speaking about him." I mean, this guy just like tears her apart. Like nothing was sacred about anything about their relationship. And I'm thinking to myself, what kind of animals are we brewing in this wrestling society?
Well, I
I don't
mean,
know.
let's
I'm
really
not asking you to
let's
agree. I'm
really-
just saying my point, right?
let's really take a look though at the breakdown of what your typical professional wrestler is. Usually a felon, right? Usually got some kind of back child
What?
support chasing down,
Shady
some kind of
background.
a drug problem.
Okay, maybe that.
You know, wrestling people, especially back in the day of yore, who would have been like, I mean, I was broke in by an old carny, so I wouldn't fall into that Rob Wild is fucking up my business. But Chris Ward, Chris Casanova, definitely fucking up the business.
Me? Why?
What? Who said that?
Who said that?
All right, God damn it. Which one of y'all's talking shit about my friend Chris?
Rob just being a hater again. Wait,
It was Bruce was saying it.
Damn, Bruce. Man, first time on, you're already picking on Chris.
I'm already causing trouble, you know.
damn, man.
Don't let me down. Bruce.
I think it's the other Rob guy talking shit.
Yeah, but look, I really want to get serious here with you guys. Don't you guys feel bad for people? Look, you guys are in the business, right? You've seen people get worked to death. Is there some point you go home and shake your head and go, man, I'm going to hell for this? Like, I didn't
Every
get
night?
involved. I mean, I could imagine, and I'm not saying it, and it'd be great if you guys, look, I'm trying not to interview you guys, so, like, put me on hold. It's just like, I can't.
Welcome to the
Stop
Monty Show.
sometimes.
No.
But I'm
Wait,
sure
we're on
you've
Monty and
seen-
Pharaoh right now.
Yeah, we're on
Right?
Monty Pharaoh Show, right?
I've had
okay.
this.
I'm sure you guys have seen like some women get severely taken advantage of, right?
Yeah.
By the group. At some
Well-
point, are you guys like, I'm a piece of shit? Like, I'm not doing anything about this.
No. No. Look, man, I can't be responsible for what the guy down the street is doing, right? That's not my thing. Is he out there now? Other side of what I'm about to say, though, if there was some kind of a woman being assaulted or abused in the presence of me or Chris or just about everybody we banged around with back in the day, that man is a dead man.
Well,
But
that's what
if
I'm
he's-
saying.
but if he's
This has been
talking
going on in the
some-
locker room,
I've
What
never
about
seen a woman abused in a locker room, or I would have intervened.
I
Okay.
haven't seen it.
I mean, we
Let's
saw a
continue.
couple chicks doing the bathroom stall shit or blowjob. We've seen that plenty of times, but like it was never a mouth raping.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know.
No, I mean, it's if your passion is to leave who you are to become this other person, to be an entertainer, you're not completely happy with who you are. Basically, most professional wrestlers and most podcasters have figured out how to take their own mental illnesses and capitalize on it.
Well said.
Pretty intelligent talk there,
You shocked
Mr.
the shit out of
Wild.
me, Rob.
But
What I meant to say was, me don't want to talk about this no more.
Very interesting.
I don't know, man.
But as far as this other guy goes, like he's not even in the business, right? He's just some fucking schmuck who got together with his homeboys who were schmucks, and they wanted to make somebody who was not a talker, who was a doer, wanted to make their lives more difficult.
So
And that's what they did.
no. Okay. So the reality of it, guys, it's monetarily, right? It's a monetary issue here. When you're look, we're not talking big money here. Okay. So we're all in the game of this. So you know what kind of money's out there, right? So YouTube is one of the bigger generating revenue streams for a up and coming podcaster. So to be fair for anybody watching this, if you're on Facebook and you're monetized, you're lucky to make $100, $150 a month. And I'm talking, you're killing it on Facebook. Okay. I'm not talking, So the reality of it you have your levels of podcasts, right? So you got your pro wrestlers have a podcast, and then you have others, to be fair, I'll just grade it like this, right? You have Kevin Nash, click this, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mick Foley, right? That old list of guys. And then you have your secondary B wrestlers like Shane, Marty, right? Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then comes to our groups, right? And then that's where I put Monty DeFaro like that, either bottom second tier or a high level third tier. And the reason I put us there is because monetarily, we make a decent, okay money for this. Here's my point. When you're making this amount of money off of Facebook, this amount of money off of YouTube, you have this group of sponsors that also, when we bring the wrestlers in, give you money, right? There's nothing like there's no shaking down of people here. They know exactly what they're getting from us, right? So we're bringing in Chris Casanova, right? This is what he's costing. You want to pay for it. Hell yeah. This is what you get. But then when the average person could go on and attack you and get a group of people, right, to attack you like a bunch of friends, and then you get some other outside interference and you lose that revenue stream, that's a big problem, right? Because you guys know how much work's behind this.
Yeah,
right?
it's at best, it's disheartening.
At best,
No,
it's
the biggest problem to me is that YouTube let it happen. That's complete cancel culture nonsense, and they went up to rat-a-tat-tat, and there was really no trial, and it was basically loudmouth that's complaining a lot. That's just another cancel culture example to me. It's very sickening that YouTube allowed it to happen, in my opinion.
And when you lose that revenue stream, you're not gonna be happy. I'm telling you, you guys are there, or you'll get there, and you'll see, right? All of a sudden, you got to be careful of everything that you say, because you'll get canceled, right? Because we're trying to, we're also trying to give some people enjoyment too, right? We bring on these wrestling stars that people like to listen to. There's people at home that don't have it as good as you do, Rob, right? It's like, they're in wheelchairs, they're sick. They have heart conditions, they have lung conditions, and all they have is this. That's the other serious point about this whole thing. And it's like, when you get into this, you have a responsibility to try to entertain those people to the best of your ability and try to help brighten up their life somewhat. I would tell you that when people write us and say, hey, man, you changed my life. I mean, we had some dude that said he wanted to kill himself during COVID, and thanks to us, he decided he didn't want to kill himself. I mean, that's a big deal. But then when some assholes could come in and just wipe you out and cancel you, it's bullshit. Right? I might not like your show, Rob. Maybe I don't like the way you speak. I don't know. I'm not saying that's the case. Hypothetical, right?
I don't like Rob.
Listen,
fuck you, Chris.
If you don't stand for something, right, Pharaoh, you stand for nothing. And
yep.
My point is you can't allow people to cancel you out, and you have to fight back. But it's disheartening. Right. But it's also disheartening that people treat each other a certain way. It's like, do business the right way. Chris, come on our show. We'll pay you this amount of money. You're expected to show up to the show, and that is all. Collect your money and take some pictures and do a video.
Be entertaining.
Listen,
be somewhat on time.
Be entertaining, Chris. I know it's hard for you.
We don't even ask this. We don't ask for entertainment. We don't even go after dirt, right? It's just like, hey, just be yourself. Let's just talk about life. But going back to the original conversation, how does a guy like New Jack, who he has sex with someone for a year and a half, just destroy her like that? I mean, I never watched any of his videos until today because of the relationship from the show.
In fairness, wasn't New Jack just a piece of shit in general?
Yep.
Jimmy, Bruce?
You guys
really
are killing
spend much time watching
my boy New Jack. know that, right? New Jack goes. Well, Mike knows.
No, sorry. Go ahead, buddy.
Want me to chime in on this or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, waiting on you.
All right. Sorry about that and blows. As far as New Jack goes, you know something? After doing this with Mike for quite a while now, I've grown. Maybe it's wrong, but I've grown indifferent to these wrestlers because it's all shoot. I have found that the guys with the worst reputations are really nice guys. And I have found that some guys with really great reputations are complete assholes. When it comes to New Jack, all I know is what I know, my personal experience with him. I love the guy. I thought he was very, very cool. He was good to us. He gave us great interviews. His treatment of Terry, from what I can tell, absolutely sucks. Does this change my opinion on New Jack? No. I've become very indifferent. I really have. A lot of these guys. Because you kind of have to stay right. I don't know if you can see my hand. You got to stay nice in the middle. These guys, you can't get too high or too low. Do I enjoy when a guy comes and lives up to our expectations? Absolutely. Do I really pissed off when a guy comes in and completely bad and is an asshole? Absolutely. But usually I just put it into the indifferent file at the end of the day. Otherwise, and I know Mike will agree with this business will drive you batshit. Absolutely bad shit. So there's like no point in over stressing about it, even though it happens. Mike's had his stresses with these guys. I've had our stresses with these guys. You know, it's what it is. I'm not thrilled with New Jack or hearing about treated Terry, but at the same time, I don't even know what to do with that information. This is Terry's story.
Right.
Okay?
But
This is
here's the thing.
what Terry says.
Jimmy.
New Jack's not here to talk anymore, unfortunately. Right. I would have voted, and I know Mike. Mike said, New Jack, you want to talk about this? I think Mike knows this. I bet you New
Uh-oh, we're losing you, buddy.
I bet
you New Jack would have.
To finish up Jimmy's point was, I don't think New Jack is lying. Okay, I don't. I listen to a lot of stuff. I think he's telling the truth, right? But, once you get behind closed doors with someone in the bedroom, I think like all bets are off, right? When you start revealing, I mean, Christ almighty, you guys have been with women, right? Would you guys want everything to be out there that you like in bed or what you like to do?
Ew, gross.
But that's what I'm saying. In the real,
no.
In the real world, I really don't hear people talk. I don't really hear people speaking like this. But in the wrestling world, it's like all bets are off. I'll shred you to death. I'll take your money. I'll leave you for dead. I mean, some of the shit I've seen or heard makes the Bruiser Brody shit look light. It really does. The Bruiser Brody shit, they just killed the guy. They just killed him.
Let me pose this to you, Marty. You spend any time in the music industry?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
No, Pharaoh, I'm not a music.
Yeah, no, I have.
Well, Pharaoh, you can relate then that, these guys in the music industry, they're shitbags too, and they're backstabby too. But wrestlers.
Yeah. You know what though, brother? You know what though? There's a difference though. Okay. It really comes down to the individual, whether you're a pro wrestler or whether you're a musician. Look, I was in the rock business for a kabillion years and I had plenty of chances to be an absolute pig, but countless, but I wasn't a pig. That's the bottom line. I didn't treat them the way you hear some of these horror stories. Wrestlers and rock stars are very similar. Just ones. Some of them just think whatever the hell they want. And don't forget, some take the Motley Crue route where it's just a piece of meat. And some of them take the Paul McCartney route where he actually doesn't act like a complete slut. Marries somebody, falls in love, and stays that way. Then she passes away. He tries to recover, tries to marry again. I mean, it really is down to. I've seen, for example, you think Bob Backlund was pulling that crap back in the day? He could have. I bet he could have. He was WWF champion for freaking 6 years. I bet you he could have had one ring rat, but he didn't. It's a personal choice. Decided to ruin careers, and you know. And I love Scott Hall, but there's another guy who I became indifferent about because I saw how he was and I saw how he treated people. It's really up to personal decision. So you have to almost take it by a case basis. New Jack, you definitely did. You definitely did wrong by Terry. I mean, he shouldn't have made all of this shit so public. I can't picture what Terry could have done to him to make him do that. So there's that. You know, again, it's personal choice. It really is. You want to be an asshole? You're going to be an asshole. You know?
I've never had the chance to meet her, but I've heard she is just a fucking doll.
She's cool. I thought she was perfectly cool. I had no problem with her whatsoever. You know? But again, and it's also, look, you run that risk. I mean, honestly, I wasn't going to tell her, but I know Mike and I have said it. What the hell are you doing with New Jack in the first place? The hell's going on here, Mike? Can I say that?
Yeah.
But
Sure.
an original point I was going to make is you, like you said, rock stars, wrestling stars, kind of shitbags. The biggest difference is wrestling shitbags already have the want to fight, the want to do harm. So,
right,
most like
right.
New Jack wanted to hurt people. He enjoyed it. He just did.
Right.
No matter what you say.
Right.
And I don't
Can't
like
deny
Jerome.
that. Cannot deny
like
that.
me.
Right.
We were not buddies. But that's what he
Yep.
was about. Now, if somebody,
you know what's interesting though? You made me think of something. You made me think of something pretty interesting. New Jack, of course, was a hardcore guy, and when you said musicians are not, you know, less likely inclined to fight, well, it depends on the subdivision. Just like there's subdivisions in pro wrestling, there's subdivisions in metal, like, you know, music, heavy metal guys. Yo, you ever go to a Slayer concert? Yo, they're looking to fight. I mean, and in general, on what kind of music, what kind of aggression you're showing. You're more likely to be looking for a fight if you're a metal band.
You're talking about the fans. We're talking about the actual performance.
Oh no, I'm actually talking about guys like Tommy.
You're not going to see somebody from the Eagles run out on
about guys like Tommy Lee, Motley Crue. That guy was always fighting. You know, there's been examples of musicians who were very quick to smack somebody and probably name a whole bunch. You know, some of like Robert Plant, for example, it was peaceful. Robert Plant never looked for a fight, but if you were Vince Neil from Motley Crue, you were going to get in a fight.
Look, I think in life you play to normalities and abnormalities. So I hear what you're saying, Rob. But the point, I'm going to say it without trying to be as less offensive as possible. Most wrestlers who get into the industries are usually men or women who don't want real jobs, right? And they're, you know, and they have nothing to lose, right? No one is more dangerous than a human being that has nothing to lose, right? You're a CEO making $1 million. You're going to be apt not to do certain things, right? Because you don't want that gravy train to end. You like your lifestyle. You love your big mansion. I mean, you've seen it, right? Once musicians become really rich, like Tommy Lee, all of a sudden his attitude changes a little, right? All of a sudden he's not wanting to fight so much, and basically just wants to go hang out with Pamela Lee Anderson. So the reality of it is
what he has.
Right. So what I think is we could go back to the original part of the conversation, and you're right. These wrestlers who get into the business, a lot of them are felons, drug dealers, whatever else they've had going on in their life, and they got nothing else. Now, again, that's more of the normality probably, and the abnormality would be like Kurt Angle or something like that, right? And again, you're talking about the best of the best. If you think about it this way, I don't know how many wrestlers are out in the world, pro wrestlers, but let's call it 20,000. Of those 20,000, how many are really making a real living out of it? You tell me.
Sure. But what I want to go right back around to what Pharaoh brought up earlier about this whole cancel culture thing. Because you guys were put in a position where there was no fight back. There was no retaliation. So you took it on the chin.
Right.
You picked up the bootstraps and you guys jumped back into the limelight. And you're built to where you almost were. And now, surprise, surprise, this little bag of twat is showing up and he's trying to rock your boat. So what I say is, let's just make this a collective effort to rock his boat as many times as we all can.
Absolutely, I'm all in on that.
Hey,
I want to make
here's the question. Here's the question. No, what does this guy have to lose? He knows that we have something to lose. What's he got to lose? What's he going to do? Change his number and just keep watching Pornhub? What's he losing?
You don't know. You don't know. But one thing is for sure. But one thing's for sure. If you get enough phone calls and you get annoyed enough, maybe also you say this isn't worth it. I can't handle it. Then you got to change your phone number. Then you got to do this. And people are very easy to find. So I say, yeah, make this dude's life miserable.
Right.
Hey, Bruce, it's sometimes you got to say something.
Absolutely.
I'm going to put one of our researchers on it. We got his phone number. We got his address. I'll bet you tomorrow we have his Facebook page. We have his everything after that.
Nice.
So,
absolutely.
Let's just see what's what.
Nice.
Make his life inconvenient.
In fact, let's try to make him inconvenient again. I'm going to give him a quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
He won't pick up, but we'll try anyway. Here we go.
Pick up Rob.
It's funny how brave he is when he's typing away.
Yeah, he's not picking up now. But I tell you what, that phone call shook that dude's tree. That guy turned off his phone. He turned off his phone. That shook his tree.
Yeah.
Well,
a billion of them.
And I know that Mr. Rob is either watching us right now or he's going to watch us later on tomorrow. Hi, buddy,
Rob.
this can all go away tomorrow. Just apologize. Let's go Ron Shaw with this, right? Just apologize. You don't got to buy them a steak dinner. Just
or expensive
apologize.
bottle of wine.
And then fuck off. And then go play mini putt-putt like Ron Shaw.
Exactly. Let me ask you guys, since you've been in the biz and you talk so highly of Marty Jannetty, what guy did you meet that you really hated?
Ooh.
Like hated, the top of the list, hated him. R.
New Jack, Conan. Come on, Chris, help me out. I mean, we had some funk with Nash, but it ended well.
Beefcake was kind of a dick.
Beefcake's a cunt. Virgil.
Virgil? What's wrong with Virgil?
Wow, Mike, we get along with everybody in comparison.
I know. You
well, that's because New Jack's
I don't have personal experience.
New Jack's a bully. That's my problem. He's running around these locker rooms. He's trying to scare, bully, and rob these new guys. Same reason as you, Conan. The new guys see you. They are enamored. They want to talk to you. You're a twat to them. Now I'm a twat to you. I do not tolerate bullies. The entire locker room of that one show will vouch that I went after Conan. I was going to break his fucking back for how he was. This one kid, he was being nasty to all the kids, but this one kid just could not believe he was on the same show as Conan. Went up for some advice. What's his comeback? I don't know, maybe get booked more than once a month. I'm booked every weekend. And I called him out on it. He tried to get lippy with me, and I immediately flashed to anger. And, right, Chris, he pussied out.
Yeah.
Well, what did you say to him, though? What did you say to him? Like,
I said, who the fuck you think you are, but you're in my locker room. You're working with my talent. You're going to get into my ring in my house. You keep talking to these fucking new guys like this, and you're not going to make it to the ring. Fuck you.
So you were promoting this then, Rob, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good for you.
What do you tell the new kid? What do you tell the new kid that gets shit on by Conan like that? You pull him to the side and say, "Hey, don't worry about it." Like, what do you say to him?
I didn't have to say anything. He saw the WCW Mexico icon get completely humiliated in front of not just them, not just Chris, all the boys saw it. I shut him the
Hey,
fuck down.
And now you're booking him and you're paying him,
Right.
and he's treating your group like that.
And I'm going to beat the shit out of him for it. That was my attitude. And then, we go home. I don't care, dude. I paid you. Take your money, get the fuck up out of here. But you ain't walking home. You're limping. I promise you that. I was trained by
you know what I don't get though. You know what I don't get? Mike? What is an icon? Because I feel like that word gets thrown around quite a bit. And when I look at Conan, always flashback to how I felt about the wrestler in his prime. Conan rated. He was a mid card guy. Did I miss something? He was just a mid card guy
in WCW, but in Mexico he was fucking Hogan. He was on the.
No, I understand what he was in Mexico, but I'm just saying here in WCW, he's no icon. Hulk Hogan is an icon in WCW. Kevin Nash is an icon. Scott Hall's an icon. How the fuck does Conan become an icon? In Mexico, I agree.
Would you really call Hogan? Would you really call Hall and Nash icons? Because when I say to anybody in the world, Hulk Hogan, immediately they know who that is.
Right.
If I say the Macho Man, they don't know that about Lincoln Hall.
Even Ultimate
Warrior. If you really want to start getting technical, then the list of icons is extremely small. Absolutely. I guess that's what I'm getting at. You're enhancing my whole point.
I'm going to disagree.
That's because I love you.
I'm going to disagree with you on that, though, Rob. I think Nash has evolved into an actor in some major movies. He may not. Again, when you're comparing him to a Hogan or what Chris just said, Ultimate Warrior, you're talking about the elite, right? So we always say there's Piper, and then there's like the secondary floor and things like that. To be in the penthouse, you have to be known, whatever. But my point is, if you're in wrestling and you know the wrestler's name and you remember him, then he's an icon. So like that guy working for you, Rob, I understand why Conan was an icon to him. The dude was an icon. He was a wrestling icon. To the general public, no. But I mean, this goes back to the argument I had with Jimmy, and you guys all weigh in on this one. He was all bent out of shape because the long leg girl made the Hall of Fame, right?
Right.
Stacy Keibler.
My whole point is everybody knows Stacy Keibler, dude. She's business. She's money. Ivan
Dancing with a Star.
I disagree. No.
Nobody. Everybody doesn't know Stacy Keibler. No way.
I think people would know Stacy Keibler before Conan.
Let me ask you a fucked up question. Who's more, Bruno Sammartino? Bruno Sammartino or Stacy Keibler famous?
Bruno.
Okay.
Without blinking.
Okay.
Everybody.
I'm just curious. I was just throwing a name out there. I just was curious to see what the answer would be.
I'll throw a name out. Who's more famous, Stacy Keibler or Ivan Koloff?
Oh, Stacy Keibler.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's why she's in the Hall of Fame. That's why she's there. I mean, look.
Doesn't mean Ivan shouldn't be.
Now, don't get it twisted.
Put Ivan in the Hall of Fame already.
I'm not shitting on Keibler at all. I'm not taking anything away from.
No, I am. Let me get that clear. I am. Okay.
Absolutely atrocious wrestler, but she was a good anchor talent.
Couldn't talk for shit either.
But they were taking Trish and Ivory, and they were actually building the women's competitors. Keibler was only there for people to jerk off to.
Keibler had a role, though, that made a difference. So you're right, Rob. Yeah, she was a shitty wrestler, but it ain't all about wrestling, man. It just ain't. It's not.
No, it's not. It's not.
So
it's not.
Well, not to sound like an asshole, but that's true. Look at New Jack.
You're right.
Garbage in the ring, but he hit a level.
Wow, that's rough.
But he hit a level of fame that I didn't hit, and I'm 10 times the wrestler New Jack ever fucking was.
But Rob, here's the thing, Chris. If I said to 10 people out there, tell me who New Jack is, 9 of them are gonna go, you mean the movie New Jack City? Because they have no idea who that fucking guy was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who is he? He's nobody. In
Right.
fact, I have a question. Was
How-
New Jack really as tough as he portrayed to be? Just because he was a psycho doesn't
No.
make him tough.
I don't know.
No, New Jack was a bitch. And you know what? There's somebody who might be watching this tonight who I've recently met. I like him, cool guy, good worker, originally trained by New Jack. I'm sorry if this upsets you, but Jerome was a punk. And there's no room for that kind of punkery in wrestling. You can kill people in that ring without blinking. How you didn't kill Grimes is beyond everybody sitting here.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was insanity. That was. Well, now you know why he never worked for Vince, because Vince wasn't going to have him in his locker
But
room. So
now this
it wound up hurting New Jack in the end. You know, he never got the real paycheck he could have gotten.
it brings it all back full circle. New Jack is the poster child of how fucked up the wrestling world is. That guy could have gave a shit how he hurt anybody. And it wasn't a real fight, right? It wasn't a real fight. He took advantage of a scripted fight. Like Chris,
Right.
for example,
Right.
I guarantee if you were wrestling Hulk Hogan and you have a scripted match and you decide to do business for yourself, and you decide, you know what, I'm going to be the guy to kill Hulk Hogan tonight. You probably do it. What do you think?
No, I mean, I wouldn't do it, but
I didn't say would you do it, but if you just hypothetically, you're like, tonight's the night. I have this match with Hogan. He's running. He's at our show tonight, but I'm going into business for myself. I'm going to kill this dude tonight.
sure. Yeah.
That's how fucked
What?
up this whole thing
Yeah,
is.
what? What's the question?
The question is, this goes back to the beginning.
If you could beat up Hulk, would you? Or would you go into business for yourself? His original answer was no. Me personally, no. So his answer
but
remains no. Just because you can,
That's what he's asking, Rob. He's saying if you could, like,
and
that's
you
what he's
wouldn't,
asking.
right? Your answer was no.
No, but the point of the matter was in the beginning that in this wrestling world, it's taking advantage. And you're talking about a guy like New Jack, who is a poster child for it, that was in a scripted match a couple of times and hurt people on purpose in an orchestrated match. And he really wasn't that of a tough guy. He took advantage of lower level, the in transit guy, mass transit. You know the story. So my point is that only in this business do people act like this. And only in this business do the fans defend it. Like photographers like Mike Lano and Ginsburg. Yeah, I'll name them. All of them. They're all fucking frauds. Right? They'll
And while we're on the subject of frauds, could I just say fuck you too, Dave Metzler? Continue.
Oh,
go ahead.
Meltzer? Dave Meltzer?
He's a chump.
oh.
Yeah. Dave Meltzer's a chump.
Sorry, Monty, please continue.
No,
By all means.
He's a chump.
By all means. He is a chump. He is.
He is a chump.
He's got a slant.
The thing is, dude, is he's just like, and like, I'm trying to stick to your point with you, Monty. I'm trying to be on this. Wrestling is the only business where this shit happens, just to, for the showbiz angle of what we're doing. But the reality is, it's just not fucking true. Any bit, I have witnessed a cook stab another cook over talking about a girl. Like, and that's a cook. That's a fry cook who doesn't care if they lose their job.
Wait a minute, that's my question. Was this a fraud? Was this a cook in a high level restaurant, or was it the cook at McDonald's?
Does it matter? They're all
if they're working in the kitchen.
If they're working in the kitchen and they're exposed to that kind of heat on a never-ending basis,
no, it's cheddar.
Right.
You ruined the key fries. You ruined the key fries.
Checkers is terrible.
Not for nothing. If you went into for yourself against, Hulk Hogan, you'd get your ass fired and never work again. But
yeah,
trash is trash, and they find their ways into certain areas. And it seems like most of the trash finds its way into professional wrestling. That's all.
And I feel like they find their way into entertainment in general. Was my whole point.
That's fair. That's fair.
Or even any kind of sporting, any kind of contact, football, boxing,
Mike.
UFC, same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Mike, what have you
But
always,
then that
Mike,
brings
what have
you
you always
back to
said?
Martin's point. Who?
What have you always said, Mike? Wrestling is a microcosm of society. True or false?
It's true.
All right. Well, you know what? There's
But it's
been
a
places
micro-
I've worked in where there's been places I've worked in where absolute scumbags have pulled ridiculous shit over things that don't even involve the job. You know, I mean, I worked in a place where I played on the company baseball team, and the guy had an issue and found a way to get rid of me because he didn't like the way I was on the baseball field. What?
Only
What?
I don't like how you choke your back, buddy. I'm getting rid of
only in
you.
the wrestling world.
Yeah.
Only in the wrestling world to your brother, because you're brothers, right? You're in this small unit. We just discussed there is not a lot of wrestlers out there. So
More
you
like
got
step
Chris.
brothers.
All right, so step brothers, Chris and Rob, you're hanging out, brothers. But all of a sudden you take the dude's wife. I mean, that happens all the time, right? Or you know what? You all, while you Rob, you're out wrestling, they're all banging your wife in the back room, laughing about you. Only in this planet,
God,
in the
I wish
wrestling
they
world,
would've.
does this happen. Well, please
Help me
That's
out
a
with
whole
that
other
bitch.
story.
That's another story.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Please, everybody, backroom gangbang. I'm going to the ring.
Go ahead, I'm not saying a word.
Yeah.
I mean,
Please.
only in wrestling does a guy kill his wife and kill his kids, and then you have half the fans saying
Apologizing.
that he was set up.
Yeah.
You got another quarter of the fans saying it was another wrestler who devised his plan 10 years ago because he stole her and he set him up to kill her. Only in this world.
It's a shady
Well,
business. It really is. Wrestling's a shady business.
Right.
God damn it. Can I touch on Benoit for a second? We got to wrap this up, but
all right, good.
That's always such a sore subject for me because, okay.
Because he was a nice guy, Rob?
I could say, fuck yourself. I could say that I could see him killing that massive whore of a wife. I could see him killing her.
Really?
No way in hell does he kill that child. No way in hell does he kill that child that he basically took years off from his living to take care of. But no way does he do that and then start sending his actual friends, people he calls his actual brothers. I need to see you. The dogs are put away. The garage door is open so they could find his hanging corpse. Look, Chris wasn't really a nice guy. He wasn't a psychopath piece of shit, but he wasn't like an endearing, approachable person. He just wasn't. But I do not believe I do not believe that Kevin Sullivan killed Chris Benoit. Everybody get that stupid shit out of your fucking head already. But I believe there is a whole lot more to the story than we're ever going to know. For Christ's sakes, the cops said he killed his son with the crippler. Are you fucking kidding me? If we're going to report news, let's be responsible.
I've never heard that before.
When there's the death of a child.
Wait a minute. I heard he used a flying headbutt, but that's secondary. But go ahead.
I'm going to start calling you and harassing you on the air.
Hey, Chris. Cuckoo.
I guess that was it for. Guess that was it for Pharaoh. He's like, guys, I'm mad, man.
Rob.
Yes.
You can't seriously be. I can't let this end with you seriously saying that you think there was something else behind this.
Okay. I'll get into
it. Wow. Chris, help me out here, bro. That's your brother right there. Straighten him out, please. You might have to quit the show, bro.
Look, there's.
Oh, God.
Hey, guys, listen, I'm going to go ahead and just take my hat off, and I'm done.
Yeah, what's it, Farrell the only one with hair here?
Yeah, whatever I got left of it. Whatever I got left of it.
Chris, are you going to say anything about Benoit, or are you just going to leave it be?
No, go continue. Continue.
No, honestly, it's hard to say what happened really with that. I think Benoit I think he had a lot of serious problems.
Yes.
A lot of concussions, a lot of steroid use, a lot of rage, and he was on a lot of different things. And who knows what happened to that kid? I don't know. It's tough, but I don't think Kevin Sullivan killed anybody.
First of all, I can't even
Sullivan had
believe
nothing.
that we've now said twice we don't think Kevin Sullivan. It's like, yeah, I kind of don't think Kevin Sullivan.
I don't think
why
he
is
did.
why is that even being discussed?
Because people
Because that's
say
what
it,
you were
because
just
people say
talking
it
about.
happens.
I was just saying that's what people say, but
Yeah.
Look, I love you guys, but I almost feel like you guys kind of feel like he didn't do it. I don't know why I'm
I
getting
said he
that
did.
feeling.
I said he did.
I say he didn't.
I say he did.
Wow.
So, you know what?
I say,
Why don't we get
where's
why don't
the
we get to the real
tangible
problem?
But he was not well. He was not well.
Problem here? Who on earth would want to cover up and get rid of the Benoit family minus one son? This is the goofiest thing I've ever heard of. I mean, I'm sorry, but okay, let's get rid of the whole Benoit family, but not that
What are
one.
you trying to say, Farrell?
But
They
not
should have
that
killed- What are you
I'm
trying to
gonna
say?
say
They
I
should
don't
have killed the other
understand
son?
this. The guy,
Are you trying to say
guy
they
was
should
on
have
all
killed?
sorts of shit. Guy was on all this and why they want to get rid of the whole family, minus one kid. What's the big cover up? It was a wrestler. Who went
Rob,
nuts?
That's what I said. All that ranting
Rob,
you just did, that's
He
what
had
I said.
access to Epstein's client list. Okay.
you
Oh,
got
dear
to cut
God.
this video. You got to cut this to a short because I got to tell you what, this is classic. We got one guy that says he didn't do it. One guy said he did, but he's pretty sure that Kevin Sullivan didn't do it. And then you got one guy that said, "Why did they kill the other son?" I don't even know where we're going with this.
I thought I spelled it out pretty
That's a good reel.
good. The guy, nuts.
That's a good reel.
The guy went nuts. Thank God his one other kid was not home that night. Thank you, God. I mean, at least we spared one. But as far as I'm
Oh yeah, that's
big, the Benoit family, I don't see it. I see who went nuts. That's what I see.
well, we're at an impasse.
Benoit
gents.
was not well at all. He was not well. He was fucked up.
That's one way of putting it.
Yeah, he was.
That's
not well.
one
He
way
had
of putting it.
serious issues.
Well,
Listen, honestly,
I got
Chris
nothing
Benoit
else.
was the last person.
We've covered
Chris
it all
Benoit
tonight.
Chris Benoit was the last person I wanted to believe would ever do anything like that, and he seemed like the last person in the company that would do anything like that. But I think we've all heard about watch out for the quiet one, you know. So at the end of the day, it was pretty obvious that somebody was just boiling and boiling and boiling and keeping a steely face his whole life and boiling up and taking drugs and the kettle pot just burst. That's how I see it.
He was a good fake wrestler, though. So let's.
Oh, he was
Let's
excellent.
not forget about that. Let's
He
not.
was
Well,
great.
I'll tell you what, you know that that pissed Vince off because that's right when he was doing his exploding limousine angle. I blew myself up, damn it. And then he went and killed his family.
That's a good
Nobody on my
imitation. I like
payroll
it.
kills their family or they're fired.
That's
I
great.
guess I have to take that tribute video down. You're fired.
Fired. All right, God damn it. If we don't wrap this up, we are going to never wrap it up. So we're going to call this one done. But before we do, Monty, one more phone call.
All right.
Oh,
One more time.
1-800 1-800 clown. Give it another shot.
Here we go.
Try the S's with Z's.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach hasn't.
I don't want to pick up the phone. I'm on my Pornhub.
We
Well,
tried.
I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. There's a really good chance that our viewers have been calling up.
That would be great.
That's
Good.
great.
That's all
That
I
works.
happening. All right, guys. Fuck,
Thank you,
man.
guys.
Thanks for coming on. We got a new buddy in the room with us. It's been a lot of fun. Me and Mr. Casanova are actually considering over the winter maybe a trip on out to Long Island. Come see our
Nice.
come see our Howard Stern of pro wrestling counterparts.
Come on over, brother.
All right, guys.
Always,
That's
always an
gonna
honor
do
to be on your show, gents. Love you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
guys.
gentlemen. Thank you. Later.
guys, that's gonna do it for our newest episode of WrestleShoot. Look, check it out. See that little QR code up there? Just scan it, man. Maybe help us out a little bit, right? Help the cause, help artistic freedom, and help no censorship. And good God help me, we are fucking out of here. Oh.